Good evening, everyone. We have an all-star cast tonight. We got our usual panel, Keisha and Chiquita. We have a guest who'll be back shortly. Something happened to her connection. Well, tonight's topic, everyone, is love. What is love? What is lust? What is the difference between love and lust? Does love still exist? Does what is chivalry? Okay, so we're gonna start our broadcast off with my moderator, my buddy. She loves to get the shit started. We're gonna start this off with Chiquita.
Oh,
Chiquita, what is? Does love still exist?
I think so. I think so. I think love is here. I think it exists. I think it's important. I think people want it. I think they envy it. I think it's their goals nowadays. The couple goals and all that other good stuff. Um, I do. I think romance is gone. I think
Mm.
that is gone. I think that these people are lazy. I think they get comfortable quickly, and romance is gone.
Do you believe romance is gone?
Right. Because love is here, but without romance, how do you have long lasting love? How do you have interesting love? How do you have love that people want to be in if the effort without no effort and no consistency?
Hmm. So
Mm.
I turn to our second panelist, Miss Nicole LeRae is here today. She,
Why? I thought I was the third one.
well, can you turn that background noise down?
Who?
Somebody got background noise. I can hear myself echoing.
What it
Oh,
sound
it's
like?
not me.
I can hear
Not
my
me.
voice.
Me?
All
What's
right,
me?
all right, we good, we
Oh,
good. So,
I hear
so,
something that ain't me though.
so,
but it's
Nicole,
not nothing
we're
wrong.
gonna ask you, Nicole LeRae, what
Mm-hmm.
is love?
um, to me, I think love really has no words. I don't really think that it can be put into words. I think love is action. I think that love is action. I don't really know how to put it into a paragraph or a statement. I think that you know it when you feel it and when you see it and when you receive it. And does it exist? Absolutely. I think that chivalry is not dead. I truly believe in all of the feels of love. However, do I think that people in this day and age know how to give it and receive it? No, I don't. So I think that it gets missed because people don't really know what it is. You know what I mean? And I'm guilt. I will say that I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of maybe not meeting the mark or catching that vibe from somebody. But I truly, honestly believe I'm a hopeless romantic. I am. So I really, truly believe that it's there and that it exists. I don't think that it can be put into words. I think that once you know that you're receiving love from somebody or that you're giving it to somebody, they feel it and you feel it as well.
Do you Keisha, you up there kind of quiet, young lady? What you think? You think it's out here? You think? You think?
I,
You think? You
I
think
think I think yes, I think it's out there if that's what you want.
She's so fresh.
that's how we coming tonight?
I'm sorry for laughing, but she's funny as hell, and not just from this
Yeah,
one, but from the previous one. So now
yeah.
I get a chance.
I've been
So
drinking.
so
Yeah, I
so
think
being
it.
so being okay. I'm gonna ask you guys something. Um, Being that it's Valentine's Day next week, some people celebrate it, some people don't. Do you think Valentine's Day, because of the love, this is why I decided to come up with the topic for the day, is do you think the love and the nostalgic aspect has went away?
Yes.
You mean pertaining to? You mean like
Pertaining to
pertaining?
Valentine's Day love in general.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Shakita, you said yes. I know we play a lot and have our giggles, but I know you're adamant about those gifts, making
Hmm.
somebody feel special. You
Hmm.
know, it don't even really have to be a monetary value. Just like make somebody feel like you appreciate them. Would you like to talk about that?
I do. I'm always I say it all the time, like, I don't ask for gifts or say I require gifts
I think that.
because of anything other than I know what it feels like to receive gifts. And I've received all kinds of things, right? So I've had different types of gifts from different types of people. I know how it feels. I know how it makes me feel, and I think gifts are really, really important. And I think what men tend to do is they tend to give you gifts that they think you need. They want to give you gifts that they think you need because men, they behave like they're so practical and logical, and they have so much sense. They tend to give gifts in a service kind of a way. So they'll do something on your car, or they'll take out the garbage, or they'll do something really, really small that you don't consider a gift. And when that confusion comes in about what you believe a gift is, then all of a sudden you're ungrateful and you don't appreciate a good man who is trying to, do all of this amazing stuff for you. And somebody like me, I'm so vocal. I like to say exactly what I want and exactly what I believe and consider is a gift. So anything else you give me outside of that, I appreciate it, but it doesn't have the effect on me that you think that it does. So there are men that I can date who will give me gifts and they understand what gifts are. And if they have me on their 1-800 flowers rotation, I appreciate it because you have enough sense to say, this is what she likes and this is what makes her happy. Let me just go on and get in my credit card and make sure she gets these flowers every 2 weeks. You understand what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Then you have other men who are like, I cashed out you. So go and buy what you said you wanted to buy. They see you admiring a dress or a pair of shoes or something that you like. And they make sure that you get that. You know what I mean? Then you have other men who feel like, well, where are my gifts? What are you going to do for me? And how are you going to do for me? It's kind of like the whole gift thing can be really, really tricky when you're dealing with somebody who, and people are so damaged when it comes to love, right? So you have people who say, well, if I do all of this stuff for you and you're not doing those things for me, then maybe you don't love me, or maybe you don't like me, or maybe you're using me. Versus, well, this is simply just what she likes and what makes her
To
happy.
do.
So let me just do that for her. You know what I mean? And I'm very vocal and I can explain exactly what I like and what I want. But to some people, vocalizing that and being so sure in myself kind of makes them feel like, well, you're you're asking me to live up to
You're
this
you're
thing that I don't think that I can live up to. You know what I
right.
mean?
Then
And
shove off.
I've just been too. I can't be quiet. I can't be that quiet, especially when you're dealing because everybody doesn't know what you like. You know what I mean? So I can't imagine myself being in a relationship trapped. And when I mean trapped, I don't mean it literally, like where you feel like you can't get out. But once you're committed to somebody, you're committed, right? So to some
Right.
degree, you're in this commitment. I don't want to see myself in this commitment with somebody where you're not doing anything that I've asked you, you're not doing anything that I like. And at some point, I have to just kind of suck it up and eat it because you're a great person. And I should be so appreciative to all of the greatness that you do. I think gifts are just really important. If I say I like gifts and I want gifts, I want them. And if it makes you feel uncomfortable, you have to go and find somebody who you don't have to give gifts to and don't require anything but, some service items and are comfortable allowing you to bring them and give them whatever they want you to give them. And if that makes you happy, then fine. But don't try to recruit me to be anything else. Because if you don't want to eat off that paper plate, I'm not going to feed you off the paper plate.
Lorraine, do you have something to say about that? Like, how do you feel about the gift thing?
I think as a woman, I think we all love gifts. I think that goes just with time. We love gifts and we like to feel, you know, appreciated, and we like for men to show us, or women, whatever your preference is, to show you love in that way. For me, I love gifts, and they can be little and they can be small. The way that my life is set up and the way that my lifestyle goes, like, you know, uh, a $300 bracelet to somebody else, I to me, no, I don't want a $300 bracelet. I want a cleaning service to come and clean my house because of the way my life is set up. If people have watched the other video, that they know, what my lifestyle is about. So I agree. I think that the gift giving should just be it should be a thing, depending on your level of gift giving is on you personally. But I absolutely love gifts, big and small. Flowers are a great thing. I love to be flowers just brighten up my day. They brighten up my house. They brighten up my spirit. So yeah, I think that, but it's reciprocal. Like I don't feel like I should receive them without giving them to you too. You know what I mean? I feel like if I do something nice for you, especially Valentine's Day is a great time, and everybody, it's the time of love, quote unquote, and I feel like, that should be a time for where you should be showing your love for your woman or your man all day, every day, 365. But on
I broke up
Valentine's
with
Day,
somebody over Valentine's Day.
I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
I broke up with somebody over Valentine's Day.
See, Valentine's Day is a thing. It's a thing. It's like
And I liked him. He was really, really nice. But when I said I celebrate Valentine's Day, and
you
he was like,
celebrate it.
oh,
And,
yeah,
oh,
and
and then wait, and I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. And you know what? Unfortunately, someone saying that they don't celebrate it, like, well, why would I show you love on this one day of the year when I can show you love all other 364 days? It's
but you
really
don't.
not. It's not about that. And who's to say you may think that you show me that, but
They don't.
you don't. So Valentine's Day is extra special. It's a day of love, and I don't care what anybody says about it. I think that every woman likes to feel extra and good on Valentine's Day. So to answer your question, like,
I'm
gifts and all that are great, but Valentine's Day for me is
It's important.
let
it's
me
important.
Shakita, we're gonna get back to you on that one. Cause
Go on.
okay.
He had to go.
Listen, so you meet the individual, very attentive, but they just don't have that lack of buying gifts, that lack of showing emotion. But basically, they check all the other boxes.
Uh,
How do y'all deal? How would you deal with that, Keisha? I want you to answer that first.
Go ahead now. They check all the boxes, but what?
Ooh, you look so
They
cute.
check they check all the boxes, but they don't show emotion. They don't seem like they're the gift type of
so
box.
let's check all
But
the other boxes though. What does that
they're,
what does
they're,
that
they're,
entail?
they're very attentive. They check on you every day. They make sure everything good. If you so happen to get home from work at night and you meet them at the house, they waiting for you. They worried about your safety, your security, but they just ain't into buying gifts. They have they have no idea what, like, yo. You may be like with the phone on the phone with the girls and be like, Victoria's Secret got a big sale going on. That's a hint.
And
That's
he
a
said,
hint.
and if he
Most
said that's what's up, he
and
gotta
it,
go.
so
I
what if
concur.
But
what
okay,
what
so
I
don't get
mean,
me
unless
confused.
he's but unless he's taking a mental note and then 2 days later you get that Victoria's Secret whatever, then that's different. But if he says that's what's up just to be like, and what's your point? Because that's what's up could mean, and what's your point? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
because he may be telling you 2 days after the sale is over, yo, I gotta call Q, yo, Dick Sporting Goods got a sale going on these weights. I gotta get these weights for the basement. After he done blew the sale at Victoria's
I don't
Secret.
want no man like that. I'm not.
Listen, listen, listen. I'm trying to pray. I'm still a woman. I like gifts, right? Men got all these requirements. I like gifts. I'm a big
be back.
girl. I gotta eat to live. I like I like all of those things. Like I'm okay. Like I understand the how the world goes and You might make more money than the man that you're dating and all these different things. I make more money than the man that I'm dating. But when I get to where he is, I don't spend any money. I don't spend. He has to tell me that I ain't got. He listen. He has to say to me, I ain't got it in order for me to go in my pocket because I was raised with all I have is $5. If we can get it off of $5, then we can get it. So, I agree with Shakita in a way. Like, if you want to date me, you have to understand what that encompasses. If you want to date me, um, so I don't really know why you gave me this question. Like, I want to be dated, and dated doesn't mean that you have to spend a lot of money. Like, you might have to just put thoughts into it and not
Yeah.
spend a lot of money, and then you could go a big way with that. But I kind of feel like in these days and times, because men want something superficial, or
Came back.
people, I'm not going to say men, I'm going to say people want something superficial, so they move in a superficial manner,
Okay.
if that makes sense with what I'm saying.
So so let me ask you, Keita. I'm about to get back to you on that, your question, your statement you have made. I got to do my hypotheticals now. Um, he checks all this for you, Keita. He checks all the boxes. Super romantic guy. I mean, far as class, he doing his thing. Boom. He don't celebrate Valentine's Day.
So now hear me out. If you
Uh-oh.
don't celebrate Valentine's Day for some kind of religious reasons, and you've never, ever, ever celebrated Valentine's Day, that's fine.
Hmm.
But if you regular smuggler, regular old Joe Smo, talking about now celebrate Valentine's Day, that's the white man holiday. They just trying to get all that money.
Yeah, and this is to get you a reason to not buy no flowers and no candy and no
Right,
gifts. Then that's
right.
different.
And exactly. And I'm telling you, and we're new, because this will happen with the guy. We were 3, 4 months in, and he pretty much has different types of traumas that he deals with. So certain holidays are difficult for him to deal with, and I could completely understand that. But we're new in this thing, and we're talking, and we're getting to know each other. The conversation of Valentine's Day comes up, and he says, "I don't celebrate Valentine's Day." And I said to him, "Valentine's Day is very, very important to me." I was like, I've had men who celebrate, I've had men who did not, but I'm telling you that the men who did not celebrate Valentine's Day, it left me. I felt so bad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, to know that somebody just refused to buy me a card, or refused to acknowledge or be kind or be pleasant, and are not romantic any other time of the year. Do not buy me gifts like literally just the bare minimum type of guys. So, and I'm always so content with myself sometimes that you don't even realize that somebody isn't doing something because you do everything
Hmm.
yourself. So I just said to myself, you know what? From this point on, if you don't celebrate Valentine's Day and have no valid reason, then I just don't need to date you, because I just don't want that kind of man. I want the kind of man who wants to celebrate that. I do. I want that. So, and there's nothing wrong with what I want. So fine. I tell him all of this stuff. We have this deep conversation. Valentine's Day come up. He wanted to go get something to eat. But then he realized it was Valentine's Day. He's like, "Oh no, I don't want to go. It's Valentine's Day. I don't go get nothing to eat."
God, it's like, is he superstitious or something? Damn.
Came all the
So
way.
so let
So
me
came to my house. He had nothing.
Mm.
He had
for all
nothing.
for everyone that's on Facebook, if you don't allow the app that I use to use your name on Facebook, you must, before you ask a question, you must put your name. So that's for anybody that's looking through Facebook. Okay.
So I though that is important to me. If I'm dating a man whose religious reasons he doesn't celebrate for Valentine's Day, I'm not going to hold that against you. Especially if
Look
you
down, Stacy.
never ever celebrated Valentine's Day. I'm not going to make you celebrate it now because that holiday has nothing to do with my customs, my tradition, or my religion. So there's no this. We don't have to compromise, on that. But I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
I appreciate the questions. I appreciate the questions from the audience, and like
I
I
feel
said in the
that.
chat. But I just want everybody to be mindful that it's not a question of whether you celebrate Valentine's Day or the person celebrates Valentine's Day. It may be a situation where the person you dealing with celebrates it. So the question was presented to Chiquita. She dealt with that situation where it came up where the person said they didn't deal with Valentine's Day, but happens she does, and it bothered her. So this is what she's explaining. So let me ask you guys a question. If when we talk about chivalry and men being courteous and men being attentive, if a lot of times you may see like, and I'm speaking in general, you guys might not be used to it.
Mm.
So then you get the guy who's like super chivalry, as Chiquita would say, his mother raised him right,
Well,
where
yeah.
he's very very, and it bothered. You think his courteousness and his chivalry can bother you? Lorraine, answer that first. Hold up, Keita.
Oh God, why do you keep? Okay, so I will say probably um maybe about 10 years ago, it would have probably bothered me. It would have probably been like, ugh, you know what I mean? Like he's too nice, he's not rough around the edges, this, that, and the other. But now it's something that I appreciate. It's something that I would die to have. I would love to have. There's nothing in the world that I would want more than for the chivalry to be alive and kicking. You know what I'm saying? Like I would definitely love for that to be. So as much as I thought that before, like, oh, he's not to me, it's like, oh, somebody who wants to always be around you and always want your time. It's like, oh, he's sweating me and he's just too much and this, that, and the other. But now I yearn for it. And I'm not gonna say that it probably wouldn't get on my nerves to an extent. However, I would take it. I would take it before I do away with it because it's so hard to come by. And you do have these men who don't believe in holding the door for you and don't, hell, now people are asking if you want to go half on the damn check for dinner. You know what I'm saying? So if
No.
it comes, I'm just saying, I've heard it has not happened to me personally,
No.
but I've heard. But at the end of the day, all of the whole chivalry thing, I am for it and I want it and I'm not opposed to it and I know and I truly believe that it's still there. It's just it obviously depends on the person, but to me, it's still alive and kicking. It may be on its last thing, but it's still there, and I'm open arms to it all.
Shakita's chopping at the bit. Go ahead, Keita.
So I've always been a really old lady. So I've always needed my doors opened. If I'm coming down the steps, when I'm coming down them steps, you need to be in front of me with your hand out to make sure I don't fall down. If I'm getting up on that curb, you need to be turned back and make sure I can get up on the curb. The only thing I don't need is somebody to open up my car door because when I want to get out the car, I'm going to get out. So I can't wait for you to get out and come all the way around and get on my nerves. But I always want somebody to when I was young, I used to date men and they used to be like, "What you waiting for? You to get that door." That's what I'm waiting for. And my children were the same way when they was little. I should tell them, don't open the door and stand in it and hold it like this. You're holding the door for somebody, you hold it open, you step back and you let her in and you come in behind her.
Right.
All the time. I used to get upset. Now
I mean,
they
even when you're walking down the street, the man is supposed to be on
I
the
see that on the
outside.
outside of the curb. I don't know what that's about. I want to walk wherever I want to walk on the street. But
I
if
just
that
think that
door
I think it's a safety measure, and it's like, listen, I don't want you to get.
ain't nothing bad gonna happen to me.
If somebody gonna get hurt, then it's gonna be me first, or if somebody's gonna try to do something, you're not on the outside. And I didn't understand that until maybe like maybe like 6 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago. It
Yeah,
was
but that
like,
one don't even make no sense. I think our daddies made that up, and I think maybe I think that might
hey,
have had a
you
lot
know
to
what?
do with.
At this point, you're right. You just
Yeah, it
never
don't make no
know.
sense. And I think it had a lot to do with like when they walked a lot and the sewage system with the splashing of the puddles. When you're
Mm.
walking, the puddle will splash him. Ain't no nothing splashing on me. You need to watch the street, the sidewalk, and make sure ain't no cracks. I'm gonna step in and break my damn neck. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. But yeah,
Your
I always
perspective is amazing. I love it. I absolutely love it because
yeah.
there's nothing that I would have ever thought of. So keep going.
And then this guy one time, right? So I thought, I'm Miss Bouge Bouge and I'm the senior citizen. So I was like, I got this when I go out with men. I want them to do stuff. So all of a sudden we had this restaurant with this guy, right? And he keeps following me from one side of the table to the other. He said, "Where would you like to sit?" I was like, I'll sit over here, because some men like to sit facing the door. So I was like, well, I'll sit over here. And when I walked to that seat, he followed me. I was like, so I was like, well, maybe he want to sit here. So I walked to the other seat, and then he was right behind me. So we must have did this 3 or 4 times. And I
So what
said,
was it?
let me tell you. I said, why
Okay.
you keep following me? You want to sit over here? He said, no, I'm trying to pull out your chair.
Oh. Ah.
And
Okay.
I was like, oh God. I was like, I feel so dumb. I feel so dumb. Because of all of the things that men would do, like open doors, open my car door, and all of that stuff, they never pulled out my chair.
Mm.
That's one that I just kind of never like, oh, come pull out my chair. And now I'm so, I've hurt my shoulder in a car accident. Depending on how heavy the chair is, sometimes I'll go to pull out the chair with my right arm because I'm right-handed, and I'll pull a little bit in my shoulder, and I'll be like, like a little bit, you know what I mean? And I'll be thinking, damn it, I wish these motherfuckers would come and pull this chair out. Like, sometimes the chairs are heavy, but that's one thing that men usually don't do. I don't think they hold the doors open correctly, and they don't pull out your chair at a restaurant. But
Mm.
chivalry is extremely important. And those men who say, oh, women don't let you do this, women don't let you do that, they want to be so independent, they're not listening. I don't think any woman is out here saying, I'm so independent, I don't need no man, I don't want a man to hold my doors open for me. I think they're saying is, I don't need one. And if I had to deal with a bum, I won't. I'd rather be by myself than have to deal with
Right.
this nonsense. You know what I mean? I think they want that. Instead of complaining about the women who don't want chivalry, go date one who do. Stop wasting your time on the women who don't appreciate you for who you are and don't appreciate you holding doors. Because you need to set an example for the other people that are coming up underneath you.
Yeah.
Instead of
Yeah.
complaining all the time, I can sit on like complaining. Y'all run the world. Men know everything. They run everything. They so important. They so masculine. But you'll go out here and date somebody that makes you feel so damn bad and complain about what make you feel bad. It's plenty of women that want doors open. Go
Well,
hold
let
them.
me let me ask. I'm just going to speak objectively. I don't think no I don't think no relationship starts off bad. You start seeing all the good things, and then what we do is we want it so bad or want that person so bad that we see signs, but we turn a blind eye to the signs, and then
Mm-hmm.
we be like, they good people. I could work with them,
Mm-hmm.
and then you may come up on that situation where it's February 7th and
Mm.
ain't
I
like
think
today, and it ain't no Valentine's Day. Because if you believe in Valentine's Day, you got to make reservations because you ain't getting in no restaurant on Valentine's Day.
Nope.
Right.
Nope.
I think that we're living in a superficial world right now.
Okay.
So we'll rather someone who done spent thousands of dollars to make her body look good, and she's
Woo.
not a good person. Um, and I think that people believe that that's love.
But Keisha, let me ask you, Keisha, since you brought that up, do you think that men require the hourglass? That's why some of these women are doing that.
No.
Hell no, men like big bitches that cook.
What? y'all have to excuse Keisha.
They love that spaghetti
She
pie where they mix it all up.
Done.
Keisha Keisha been on her stuff early, y'all. She tagged me to
Wait,
something.
Shoney's,
Go ahead, Keisha. No, I
whoever
want to hear all of it. Come on.
That's
I want to
some
hear.
whoever,
of
y'all
that
been to
yellow rice and
Shoney's?
the string
Look,
beans.
I got both of my ear things in now. Like, come
Listen,
on.
y'all been to Shoney's back in the day that like that spaghetti
Absolutely. And that
with
buffet
that
was
cheese,
everything.
that Shoney's that they put in the oven. They cheating on them people that's going to Miami and the Dominican Republic with a big bitch.
But
Yeah,
home but home
my
but
ass
home is
bigger
with the chef, huh?
he's somewhere getting fed good, doing
So
nothing but taking out
Right.
the garbage.
Yep.
home is with the chef.
Yep. Don't let her have a couple
So
kids and get some food stamps.
Ooh,
Child, they right there.
so you said it's so these people getting this
every
stuff.
step you got me screaming.
No, you got me about to choke on my wine. Stop.
So so you think these people getting stuff to this body has nothing to do with what
No,
society has made them want them to think it is?
no, they competing with each other. Those
No.
women competing with each other. They try to look like each other.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think it matters. I mean,
I don't.
I,
I
I
really don't
do
think it
think
matters either.
I think men like it, and I think they want that. I think they like it and they want it, but not too many men can get it, right? So
I just got
the pool of
one
men is
statement.
really many.
Keita, one statement for the audience. Keisha said big B's that cook. So somebody said, I'm dead. How about the skinny bitches that cook? But Keisha is not big, y'all. So she's just stating a fact like, yo, most men want somebody that's going to be in there cooking them groceries. That's what
Yeah,
she said.
they
I'm
do.
not going to say that.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah. They do.
Absolutely.
The whole.
I don't know a big girl that's single.
No, not a single
But what
one.
about, let me ask you a question. You might not know a big girl that's single, but what about a big girl that's not happy?
Nope. They be happy.
I don't know
How?
none either. They get presents and every damn
That
thing.
Negro is
I haven't come across one that's not happy. I
And
that
they
mean,
got
Negro.
kids.
and if she ain't happy, then she making that shit look real good because,
Listen.
Yeah.
Well, that's another show. Because remember what Monique used to say about skinny girls? Skinny girls are evil, and then she got skinny, and
and
you
now
know,
she's just
you know
whatever.
what I mean.
Okay. Yeah.
But we with Monique because Monique told us. Y'all know what she told us. That's a whole nother show, though.
Mm.
She warned us.
It's a
Monique
But
is
whole
anyway,
the
right?
nother
big
show.
ones. They ignoring and they.
So look. So moving forward, like, how do you deal with how does a female deal with like the guy that's just unromantic? He don't show no emotion. Like some of us grandparents come from an era where the grandfather or the father, they was men. They took care of everybody at home. They did everything. They didn't, most of the women didn't work because they were homemakers,
Right.
but the men lacked emotion.
Mm.
And they were, some of the men were cold. Like I know people now that they'll tell me their father never told them they loved them. You know what I mean? I never experienced that. I mean, you know what I mean? But when you may come across an individual that was raised like that, like he's just cold. All he want to do is work. He's a good provider. He want to take care of you, but he don't know how to show that emotional side. Let's see who Shakita, you could
Um.
go. You got that
Oh,
smirk on your face, Keita.
she could. Yeah, she could go.
Well, I don't know. I really don't know. I always seem to find men who work a lot, right? So all of the guys that I've dated, or even my ex-husband, they work really long hours a week and have multiple jobs, or they just work really long hours, right? So they are these men in a sense too. You know what I mean? Where they work a lot and they provide and they take care of their families. But I don't think that I think some men just lack emotion in certain ways, and then others are a little different. I think men nowadays are extremely emotional and they want a lot of attention and they always want to be,
Too
pampered.
much attention.
Yeah, they always want to
Okay.
be cuddled and pampered, and they almost
Huh?
literally like they almost compare it a little bit to how you want to be pampered and they almost want to compare it to how you want to be coddled and
Pampered.
loved and peppered. Yeah, like at home. You know what I mean? Like they want to be laid all on you and all in your face, and they're the same way. I'm not. I'm not as affectionate. I'm not as emotional. I'm emotional from watching the television show and puppy die, I'm crying, or you know what I mean. I have my own emotional ways. So I feel like lately women are a little less emotional and men are a little more emotional. I think, but their work ethic is still there. I think men work a lot, but I don't think that we have those issues anymore with men being, as unemotional. And I don't think that we have that. I don't think it's a big deal because I think they're very, very emotional and they complain a lot. It's different. Like back in the day, y'all laughing because y'all know what I'm talking about. You know how back in the day when women used to be like, "You don't do this and you don't do that," and how come I don't see you and us when it's literally the reverse. Like you do this all the time and you do all the time, and I don't like when you do this, and I don't like when you say that to me, and when you do this, it makes me feel like this. It's so it they gonna have all those emotions, but they don't know how to articulate exactly what it is. There's no resolution for anything, and it's a lot. It's different though.
So
Sometimes you feel a little like you're in a lesbian relationship sometimes because it's difficult because they far more emotional than you. So then it's
Hmm.
like, oh, shit.
So is that where I chime in?
It's your turn.
It's my
it's up to
turn.
you. It's up to you, right?
Man, my man. I'm finished. Man, my man. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. So my last relationship, if anyone doesn't know, now they know. But um I was in a lesbian relationship, and it taught me so much because I didn't realize how much I lacked emotion.
Hmm.
I'm half a
Literally.
man.
Hmm.
Well, I
Oh, you about to
think
drop some
that
I don't,
gems.
I was
Lorraine,
so
Lorraine.
yes,
I don't
I'm
think Chiquita knew that.
You about to drop
oh,
some
What you just
gems.
said.
You
I'm
about
So
to
about
drop
you,
to drop some
some gems.
so
gems.
you sharing, Lorraine. You sharing your personal experience.
Listen, it's all over Facebook. We were engaged, we were
Okay.
together, we were happy. So it's not a secret. It's not
The lack of
anything.
emotion from this
Yes,
relationship is what I'm interested in.
right.
Go.
So I'm gonna piggyback off Keisha. Like I was Nicole to me, but I was Nicholas to her. That's what she used to
Oh,
call me. She used to call me Nicholas and say that I was this hard person and this hardcore person, and I didn't show her the emotion that she probably expected me to have, considering that I love to wear makeup and I
mm,
love my long weaves, and I'm feminine, you know what I'm saying? So for her, it probably looked like I would come into the relationship being vulnerable and being all that, but I wasn't. And I didn't realize that until we ended our relationship. I didn't
mm,
realize how much I was not that emotional person. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of chalked it up as my lifestyle, with my son being disabled and he has special needs. So I didn't really have the time to be emotional for anything else. Like my
mhm.
emotions and everything went to that, and it went to him. And I built myself to be this person who's strong as hell, and I don't have
Yeah,
time to be
yeah.
crying. I don't have time to be you ask me a million questions. I don't have time for
Mm,
you're not giving me what I need, and unfortunately the relationship didn't last. The engagement, because we got engaged, it didn't last. However, I learned so much from that relationship because I realized that I do lack emotion. I do come off sometimes like, nothing bothers me, or if it does, y'all's asses ain't gonna ever know about it because listen, I have a disabled child. It bothers me every single day that I have a disabled child. He's never gonna play football, he's never gonna date, he's never gonna have children. So
mm,
all of that emotion just gets tucked away. You know what I'm saying? So I build an exterior that
A wall.
yeah, I build a wall that no one, apparently no one, not even a damn woman, can
Can
break down.
penetrate.
No one can do
Well,
it.
Yep.
I'm gonna
I'm sure
say
somebody could do it. I
I'm
just
gonna
don't
I'm
think that
gonna
right
but
say
you know
now.
what? But
I'm
you know
gonna
what?
say
I
that
think it's unfair. Well, I won't say it's unfair. And I'm not saying that you didn't build your wall because you're dealing with a lot of things in life. But you also have to remember that you are a human being. And just
Right.
because you are a woman and you have a reproductive system does not particularly mean that you have to be soft and pink on the
On
inside as well as
right,
on the outside. You know what I mean? And
right,
I have to remind people of that very often. They're like, "Well, you're so sensitive, about life and nature and babies and all that other stuff." But in a relationship, or sometimes even with my kids, I'm very, very stern. And
right,
I
right.
feel like, and we've all, I can't say all of us, but a lot of us have suffered traumas as well, or dealing with different things in life that makes life hard. But I think it's also still just a part of who you are. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And sometimes you
And
just
I
got.
was
I
I was raised that way. It wasn't it my son is probably the cherry on top, but I came from a background where, emotion and stuff is just not something that's right out front. It's not on the table. And I'm not going to say that's a bad thing because I think that that's got me where I am today. I don't know what would have happened if I was an emotional wreck, 8 years ago, when
Right.
my son was first
When you
diagnosed.
need it.
I could have lost it. I could have
Right.
been a mess. So I don't necessarily look at it as a handicap or a bad thing. But at the end of the day, going forward into a next relationship, whether it is with a man or a woman, it just I have to realize that I don't have to always be so hard, and I don't always have to be so defensive, and I can definitely let my guard down a little bit and at least allow somebody to come up in the place. You know what I'm saying? Because right now ain't nobody up in the place. And even if I tried, it's something that I have to work on within myself. So now I'm just working on self-love and trying to figure out my own love for myself. And I think I lost that, especially when you give all of your love to someone else, a child who is not going to thrive or whatever. You kind of lose yourself. So right now I think that's just what I'm working on. But eventually I don't want to be this hard. If
Well, I'm gonna just tell you that we talk a lot privately, Lorraine.
Yeah, we do.
That your honesty and transparency is commendable, and we love you for that. You don't have to share nothing. Like I told you, who got their computer on? That's what it is.
Who we got
I,
there? What?
I
That's
can hear I
Keisha.
can hear my voice in somebody's.
That must be Keisha because it's going where she going.
Keisha, turn it down.
not me. I don't have no computer on.
I
I don't either.
I don't know why I can hear it, but like I said, Lorraine, that you didn't have to tell everybody that. I mean, I don't think I don't.
But
I know
listen,
Keisha knows you, but I don't think Chiquita knows you to know your personal business like that. And Chiquita
but
wouldn't
let
care
me.
anyway. But like, I appreciate your honesty,
But
and I
Quentin,
appreciate.
let me piggyback off of that. So I had those same feelings. So my son's issues are not as severe. But I think I definitely built up a wall because I'm very sensitive, whether people know it or not. But I didn't have no time for sensitivity.
Exactly.
When you're raising a kid that people are telling you, that this is wrong with him or that is wrong with him, and you're
You put
fighting
that to
this,
the side.
you put everything to the side when you're
Right.
fighting for your kid.
Right.
So that's true. Like even with my friend now. So, my baby father, he's locked up, he's walking the mile, the green mile. So therefore, anybody that I met
Walking
after
the
him,
Green Mile, Keisha.
yeah,
Walking
he
the Green
walking the
Mile.
mile. You
Walking the
watch the
Green Mile
movie,
me. Walking the
Oh
walking the
Green
my
Mile.
God. Let
mile,
me go get my damn wine because wait, walking the
walking
green mile, what does that mean? Does that
Walk.
mean
you
like
He's
you
he's
watch
he,
the movie,
he's on a paid
yes, I
vacation
watched
by the state of New Jersey. That's what
yeah,
that
but
means. But
but
she
to
he
said
the end of
walking
walking the
the
his
mile.
life,
mile.
But she said walking the mile like he got life. Just
that's
say
what
He
he
I'm
don't
doing.
got
saying.
No,
Oh,
no.
okay,
Quentin.
okay. That's what I'm
45 years.
saying. That's what
45
I'm
years is like 45
Woo!
years is life. He walking the
Boy,
mile.
Jesus.
okay.
Woo!
See,
He
Quinn, see the
walking the
difference. See
mile.
that, but you see the difference. She said it's 45 years. You said, Keisha.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's
Quentin, that's walking the mile.
he walking the mile.
No, it ain't.
It's
No, it
not?
ain't.
Okay.
Okay, that's a whole nother show. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Okay. So, you know,
That's a whole
I
other show about hope and faith.
I don't
Okay.
listen.
All right.
That's the next BITCH Hope and Faith. But anyway, he walking the mile. So I was just extra. And you guys know, like we wasn't really raised to be dating the type of guy. Some of the guys that we were dating, that's just what it is. Especially in my circumstance, and I knew my child was smart, but he wasn't displaying what I felt that I knew. So that was very heavy on me. So like I couldn't really date. I could date to go out and have a good time and have dinner and drinks, but I really couldn't date. I'm finally at the point where he's 19, his second year in college at Rider, which is a good university in New Jersey, where I feel like I could take a breath
Right.
that he's okay.
Right.
So I get it.
So you can live a
With
little bit. You can
so
let
I
up a
can
little bit.
so I can let up a little bit. But when you
Right.
think about it, he's 19, about to be 20. So all those years of protecting myself or having a hard exterior, I don't have no feelings and emotions. Like men, more than likely, men is about to cry before I'm about to cry. I'm looking at them laughing. But at the end of the day, I still do believe in love. Sometimes I feel like I pray for it, like I pray for it for them before I pray for it for
For
me, because I'm
yourself.
like, yeah, because I don't want to compromise. My son come first.
Mm.
Like it's all these things that I have built up.
Yeah, but whose responsibility is that though? You know what I mean? Like I hear the both of you, right? I hear what you're saying. And I'm a little rough around the edges too. I'm told often. But to some degree, whose responsibility is that to make somebody else so comfortable that
Mm.
they feel so like you look like Nicole, you just said, oh, I'm looking for I'm looking to love myself and for some self-love and to get in a better place. All of these people that are dating people with these characteristics need to come with their own set of self-love.
Right.
And if you are at a place in your life where you are here with me because you need me to coddle you and love you, you see my circumstance. You
Yes.
see the kind of person I am. You see what
Right.
I'm going through. Either you want to love me where I am at, and I'm not saying that I'm not obligated to make a conscious effort to love you and show you and give you some things that you need. But ultimately, you see who I am. You see what kind of life that I'm living. You see what's going on. And if you're messing with me, I'm going to get an echo. If you're messing with me, I have told you up front exactly who I am. You don't even
Right.
have to find out. So if
Right.
you decide that you want to be here, you need to come with your own set of rules and self-love and boundaries so that you know what you can take and what you can't. That is the whole purpose of that first few months. That's the whole
Right.
purpose of the first 6 months. Once you get past all of that, you talking about marriage and you talking about you Keisha, since you've been single for so long and just having fun. Now you talking about being in a relationship. These people, you're where you are. Your son's 19. You said your son is 8 to 10. You are kind of where you are in life. And yes,
Right.
you make some real decisions about, all right, I want to be in love and I know I'm going to have to be romantic, even if I'm not sure. So you might need to mark some dates on your calendar. I ain't did nothing romantic all this month, and I know I'm working hard. Let me take my boo to the spa, or let me make my man something to eat. You have to make a conscious effort. But these people
Yes.
still need to come to the table with their own damn.
And
Let me
that's
take my
and
boo,
I agree.
or let me make.
Hey, here goes
I
y'all
agree.
buddy.
They
Here
are,
goes y'all
Oh
buddy.
Lord.
They go round. Okay.
but they got to come to the table
What's
with their
up?
own.
But you know what, Chiquita, I agree, and I agree with you 100%. And I'm gonna say that it has to be where you already come to the table with who you are, what you want, what you know, what you'll stand for, what you won't. Because, and I'm not trying to say that it excuses me, but at the
No,
same time, it helps that if you already know who you are as a person, and I'm who I am as a person, it helps us bond and it helps us mend. It helps us
yeah.
combine who we are together. However, if you're not sure who you are, and I'm over here trying to figure out who the hell I am, and trying to figure out where my life is gonna go, trying to figure out all this stuff, it's not gonna work. And I can attest to the fact that I knew that both of us were just in a place where it was like, wait a minute, maybe I'm a little more sure. However, I'm a little more sure because I've been in this game, especially with my son. So I've already kind of adapted my life around him. I know what I can do. I know what I can't do. I know what I can stand for. I know what I can't stand for. Listen, it's going to take, you got to be in these trenches with me. It's going to take you to be down and dirty with me. And the other person wasn't sure, not necessarily of that, but of who they were. So then it causes a whole conflict of security, confidence, insecurity. It just brought so much other stuff that I wasn't prepared to deal with. And it ended up being where we didn't last. You know what I mean? So I totally agree with what you're saying, as far as like, you have to make sure that what you bring to the table is what you bring to the table. And you have to be sure, especially if you know who I am, you know my background. Listen, she's 38 years old. She got a 19-year-old. She got a special needs child. She's diabetic. You know, I know all this shit about her. So let me go into it knowing all this shit about her. There's no surprises, no nothing. I tell you up front who I am. So if I'm telling you up front who I am, and then down the road there's cracks, it's like, wait a minute, you already knew who I was. I'm an open book. There's nothing for you not to know about me. So this is what I go through every day. This is who I am. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. You know what I'm saying? So I really think that it comes to a point where somebody gets infatuated with the fantasy in the beginning of who you are. And even though, Rel, you might be a little controversial right now, one of the things you did say on one of his Facebook posts was like, you shouldn't worry about the experience. You should worry about your security, and not just security financially, not just being secure financial, but I need to make sure that you have my back completely, fully. Like, there's going to be days where my sugar is low and my son is going through a meltdown. So are you going to be able to handle the fact that you need to, not to say that you need to be our nurse or nothing like that, but it takes a strong person to deal with what I'm going through and what my son is going through, and then us going through things combined.
Let me just reset something real quick. You need to be able to roll over and get out that bed and handle that. But anyway, right?
Yeah.
Now, Ralph, since you just joined us and I hit you up during the show, the topic is, does love still exist? What is love? Love or lust?
Well, me and Chiquita and Keisha already been rolling, so you got to catch up.
Is chivalry still alive? Now, Rel, I just wanted to give you the topics, Rel, to let you know what's going on. Brad told me to tell you salute, and Lorraine, you could answer this question. Scoot I put my son first, and will have let every woman know that might want something from and with me. It's even harder being a single father of a special needs child.
Right.
That's like perfect in your wheelhouse to be able to Scoot. You and Lorraine could like speak on that together.
Nah, but she I can speak on that too. So
okay.
Because it's crazy, because I'm in that exact situation with my son. Because my son has a speech delay. Now I understand, my son actually goes to school with children who have difficulties, like maybe what Nicole's going through. He doesn't have breakdowns or all that stuff, but like he has apraxia. Maybe Nicole probably knows that.
I'm familiar.
So,
yes.
It's different. So like in her circumstance, she really can't play with nobody who playing around. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost the same with me, because I got a daughter and then I got my son. My daughter's fine, but my son is whatever. But as far as like love and do that exist? I honestly think that woman
dickle them dimples. You see Chiquita's
right?
dimples out, right? When you see the dimples round, no, be very careful what you're about to say, brother.
Look, so I think that women have a different set of like parameters around what love is. Like, understand that men come into relationships, they don't really look for anything. They don't care what you have. You know what I'm saying? All they care is about who you are and like how much you'll go hard for them. You know what I'm saying? So
Really?
and I feel like as a dude, if
Girl,
you
just
don't,
let them talk.
right, let me
Okay.
talk. So as a
Okay.
dude, if you don't have a certain something, like if you don't have the right salary, if you're not stable, like a lot of women, like that's the basis of like what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Because of course you can't take care of them. You can't if something goes wrong. You know what I'm saying? And it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. But men love in a different way. You know what I'm saying? We don't care. Like we come into, I'm talking about real men. We come into the rescue. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a little different. We think about things differently. Now I don't know if Q you wanna you stay neutral in these conversations, or do you know what I'm talking about?
What things do men think of differently?
I
Okay,
think I
so
think I think what Rel's saying is, and I can speak to that. I think a lot of men do come into
Help your
situations
brother.
differently. However, that's very irresponsible on our part.
right, yeah,
Is
it is.
one thing we do is that let's just say the immature individual, he'll get in the situation knowing he can't better her situation or knowing that she can't better his situation, and he's not going to be upfront. He may just want sex.
Mm.
He may just want sex, so he'll say and do anything. I don't know. But when the mature individual, he may see a female, he may be totally attracted to her, and then be like, no, we both got issues. Sex or pursuing a relationship could mess up a friendship. So
Mm.
I think
Um,
when the man is a little bit more mature, he values women's friendships a little bit different.
And
I,
that is one
I
thing that
think
I will say I totally appreciate. And like I was saying before, like, I get kind of called like the man sometimes, which it could be a good thing or a bad thing. However, I would appreciate that honesty. I would appreciate that openness. Like if you only want to have sex with me, or if you only want to hang out with me, then listen, I don't have time to waste. And how I don't want that from you. With the lifestyle that I live, I just might want that from you as well. So
right.
Especially if you don't have no potential to do nothing else. Of
I
course.
said
yeah,
that the
I
other
mean,
day.
I understand that, but what happened? Like he's saying mature, and two people could be mature, but then the emotions get the best of either one of y'all.
Well,
Sometimes
what we
emotions.
men,
What
say,
is that?
well,
What are emotions?
no, I'm not.
well,
You know what
what we're
emotions are. All right,
saying
so
is,
let me make
well,
it.
wait, hush. What we're telling you is men be lying for no reason. That's what we're
I don't
telling
have
you.
nothing.
That's what I'm saying. That's
All right,
exactly what
so
That's
I'm saying.
exactly,
so
yeah,
let me
men
let me
be
Yeah.
let, let me
lying
speak
for,
to that. Let me speak to that. So it's not emotions. Well, emotions are within expectation. So you could be expecting that man to feel like, yo, we going here, and he could be expecting this, or it could be vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
we're not talking
It,
about the same thing.
right, but that's a part of the approach, and that's a part of love. You know what I'm saying?
But no, some things are
All right,
not
go ahead.
love. Some
Go ahead.
things are, I might want to have sex,
Mhm.
and he wants
Mhm.
to have sex, and we're on the same page.
That
And
ain't
let's
love
have
though.
sex. And
That's
let's
not
have
love
Right.
though.
Or
no,
let's
that's
have
not
some
love. That's
sex.
definitely not love. It's not love.
So let me
That's
That's not
not
it.
love. But what
so let
men
There's
me
a
do,
difference.
what men do is they lie when there's no need to
Need
lie.
for it's no reason for
We
that.
saving y'all feelings
Right.
because we know y'all already got
are
invested
we
No,
are
time.
we
a liar
let's
is not saving my feelings. Somebody who's lying wants something more than what they can offer. That's not saving my feelings.
Okay,
Okay,
well
now
are we
let's make the disclaimer now. You don't have to spare my feelings.
let
So
me
we're gonna
let
put
me
that
ask
out
you,
Yeah,
there now
no.
for
when we
everybody
say
to see.
That's
I
the
don't
let's
need my
baby boy.
feelings to be spared
let's
at
not
That's
all.
the baby boy syndrome.
let's not let's not
You don't
let's
have to
not
lie.
Yeah,
let me just
exactly.
bring it back.
So
saying that.
Let's not get into the point because we do got one more point of the topic, but let's not go to the point where we're generalizing. Because remember,
that's not a
we're
generalization,
growing,
Quentin.
we're
Men
growing because
lie.
But when we say
For no
Keisha, we know
reason.
men do lie and women do lie.
Yeah.
No.
But
Not in that
let's
regard.
let's just say that when a person has a physical attraction to someone, they should be honest from the door.
Yes.
Because if they're honest
True.
from the
Yes.
door,
Right.
Hold up.
basically it won't be any problems.
But you
Right.
know,
Right.
like, all right, so Q, like, if if you approach a chick and you just be like, yo, I like you, you know what I'm saying? I want to have sex with you, but that's not game. It don't happen like that. A
You
lot of
sure?
times,
You sure?
Y'all just
no,
don't
I'm
think.
just saying,
I-
some people do that, but trust me, you'll hit the arrow straight on the bullseye if you just play it to a certain line. A lot of
Mm.
people are not capable of having that truth and still going through with it.
Okay, so that means that makes the three of us like in the
Women do it
minority.
all
Then
the
that
time.
makes
I
the
think this is
You,
what
that
you
makes
just might be.
and this is
okay.
what
Okay,
women
good.
understand.
I'm
This is
I'm willing to accept that I am definitely in the minority of that because because at the end of the day, I might just come to you with that same proposition.
women do it all the time.
Parameters you living with. But go ahead, Chiquita.
Women do it all the
It's
time.
women do it all the time.
All the time. It's
But
so and
listen,
the fact that we can do it, and a lot of times some men do it. It works very well for those men. I wish that they all would just do it and stop thinking and assuming. Because the bottom line is, what difference does it make if it doesn't work out for you, right? If you proposition somebody and you say, "I just want to have sex with you," and she says, "Well, I'm not down." What's the worst that can happen? You don't have
Move
to deal
on.
with any drama. Yeah, move on. You don't have to deal with any
listen,
drama.
men trying to hit the shit on, like, they'll listen to you, right? And they'll be like, okay, well, this is what she wants. She actually want to go with me, so I gotta, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And they'll go through it and they'll play that
You
role.
are so.
No,
But
this is how
again,
men be.
You are so wrong and
They
so
trying to hit
behind.
that. They trying to hit that shit at all costs.
we're telling you, listen to what we're telling you. We're telling you that there are women
I
who
know
do it to men all the time, and it works 99.9% of the time.
What-
And we're
Yes.
telling you that the men who want to do that,
Yeah.
50% of them do the same exact thing and it works. The other 50% of the men are out here fake being in relationships just to have sex. It's not
But
necessary.
y'all can do that because y'all a woman. But when it comes to men,
We understand that.
30% is okay with that. 30% is like, no, you got to be
We
with me.
understand that.
30%
Any
is
man
like,
that's
oh, no,
listening,
you got to be married, nigga.
any man that's listening tonight,
Yeah.
if you want to have sex
Well,
with a woman, just tell her and ask her. If it doesn't work out, go to the next one. Any man that's
well,
Y'all better not.
well.
listen to him. If it work, it work. If it don't,
Shakita
it
trying
don't.
to either Shakita gonna get y'all either a charge.
Trying to tell you. You know when you're gonna get the charge? You know when you're gonna get the charge? When you are trying to have sex with
Lying.
somebody that don't like you like that.
Right.
There,
You're
way out there.
absolutely right.
They be like, nigga, did you just
No,
So
we
Shakita, Shakita. So you
Child,
say
we
so you,
know who ain't about nothing and ain't got shit, and we just want the D. We
Mm.
know you ain't running no game with nobody with no money. We know
you
you
ain't
ain't got
that slick. You ain't that slick. Shakita.
no.
Are you sure? Well, why are you so?
You gotta-
Why are you not that confident in
hold
that
on,
what she
hold on.
just said?
Let's bring it back.
Why are you
let's-
not confident in what Chiquita just said? Like, why can't you just say that? Okay, well, it may be women out there like that. She has a very valid point, and I am one of those people
No,
that
I
she's
know that. I understand
pertaining
that.
to.
What I'm saying is that since y'all are probably 30% of the people out there, right? I don't miss my target.
The three of
I
us
don't miss my
collectively
target. So
is
there's things that I gotta
30%.
do sometimes because I analyzed you. And I'll be like, yo, she's not that type of girl. Well, I'm gonna be able to
Oh,
approach like,
But
yo,
you know, Jeff, you know, sometimes I'm not that kind of girl either. It depends on what's going on in my life.
right,
Depends on
so
what's happening. I'm not that kind of girl either. But
Right.
I've been in situations where I've met a guy and he was real cute. And we ain't have to go on no date. We talked a little bit on the phone. He said, "What you doing?" I said, "Nothing." He said, "Why don't you come over?" I said, "Okay, I'll bring some wine." We did what we had to do, and it was done. And we talk from time to time, and we did that a little bit too. It happens. Sometimes you just know that man ain't the man I want to be with.
Be with.
Time when it comes to women, when a woman really likes a man, really like him, and she
yeah,
want
Like really like him. Like really like him.
Let me finish. We won't have sex with you.
oh yeah, we know that. But
We won't have sex with you.
but it's always a game. Like I said, just like you
So
said,
you
see how
be
it's a
out here
game
just
with that?
sleeping around waiting for somebody to. No, women really don't believe that one night stands turn into relationships. Y'all know that, don't you? Like nobody's expecting you to one night stand us and then tomorrow we're going to be engaged. We
Got a
know
question.
exactly what we're
I guess.
doing.
Got
Yeah.
a question. You know this audience. Y'all know we got a tough audience when they start. Rel, you know they be on you, brother.
Bring it.
Somebody said, "How
But the
long
men
have you
we
been
deal with are
analyzing?
older than Rel.
How long have you been dealing? How long have you been analyzing these women before you come to this conclusion?"
Who
Oh
said
man,
that?
wait,
Who
It,
said
my
that?
Aiden is calling me. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Who said that?
it,
I
it,
can't. I can't tell who said it.
all right. It depends. It depends because, like, you know what I'm saying. First of all, it depends. Like Chiquita said, it depends how you are, how they feeling, who they think you are. But like, it could be a conversation. I'm sitting at. It could be 1 date, 2 date, 3 date. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. It's how they feel about you and how you moving. So
But
once
don't
I
you have a
analyze,
conversation about that? At some point, don't you talk to the woman and try to feel her out to see if that's all she wants, if that's all you want?
no, I don't have no conversation about expectations, about no
No,
sex.
no, no. Sex. If you meet a woman that
Mhm.
you only really want to have sex with, you're not interested in her for maybe you don't think she's as smart or she's not the kind of woman you want to be in a relationship with, but you like her and you dig in her and you think she is attractive.
Mhm.
At some point, don't you have some type of conversation with her
We
to
do
kind of
not ever have no conversations because that builds a certain type of expectation. Whatever you gonna do with me. And I'm gonna hear that shit through every word you speak, your actions, how you come around me, how much you touch me, how much
how
you
many
let
times
me
is
touch
that?
you. Huh?
How many times is that? Like you invest that much time in somebody, you gotta
No,
have the
sometimes it could be 2 hours, sometimes it could be a day,
so
sometimes it could be a
so
crack.
you're having some kind of conversation that's giving you this indication that you can just sleep with this woman. Something is being
Always.
said, huh?
Oh, it's always, and it's either sometimes it's an approach. Sometimes they approach you, and it's heavy, and it's like, oh, she just want to fuck right now.
Right,
Okay,
but
what
that
you
is
doing tomorrow?
because you're getting some kind of indication that that's going to happen. Whether it's
But
and it's usually something verbal.
no, it's not. It doesn't have to be verbal. Sometimes it's so subtle, but it doesn't matter. I've seen it before, so I know what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's just different. That's like you
But
move
you
different wherever
definitely know
you.
the difference between love and lust.
So
You
yeah,
definitely know when
because
you're just
that was
looking at
the
somebody or when you're loving
that was the
somebody.
fourth part of the question, bro.
Mhm.
What is the difference between love and lust? So basically, you know the difference. You just
Oh yeah, definitely. Like let's say my ex, right? I kind of knew she just wanted to. She wanted to get like real serious. It was the things that she was talking about. Her kids, you know what I'm saying? She would be like upset that I didn't spend time with her instead of like, and it was the certain time of the day. Like, yo, you're not doing it, so you don't want to come with me to such my cousin house, or you don't want to come and do. And it's the time of day that they ask you. She could call me at 12 if she want. I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Or she could not call me and then call me at 12 one time, and then I know what's going on. It's just all in the approach. You could tell what like where they're targeting. You know what I'm saying? By even the conversations, like why are you asking that? You know what I'm saying? It's some girls that don't even ask that. They just own it. Some girls might come to you and just grab your shit, and
Yeah.
then you know what it is. You know what I'm
damn.
saying? But others they don't. And like Chiquita said, it's some girls that try to delay it a little, but they'll still give it to you, but they still acting a little bit, prude or prissy. And it's like, yo, shorty, I know you're not even like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying that in my head. But like you have to analyze all of these moves and figure out who the person is, because you could end up with some hoe that's trying to act like she not, you know what I'm saying? And it's very dangerous for you.
I think guys overthink.
They
I think
do.
you have to. It's like
You
Q said,
don't,
this
but
shit is
As much
dangerous.
as and as much as women think
you
that they
don't have to
overthink,
overthink.
but as much as women think that they overthink, I think that we have to give a portion of that to guys too. It's they overthink. I totally agree with that.
Mhm.
We put so much pressure on ourselves, like, oh, we're over analyzing everything, but we're not the only fucking ones.
You
We're
know when
not.
you overthink is when you really like that fucking girl as a man. You
Oh,
overthink. When you know you got this shit,
no.
Well,
it's like, yo,
but he's saying as a man, from a man's perspective, if you overthink,
Yeah, but when you listen to what he said, I think you guys overthink all the time because you don't respect the fact that the women might just want to have sex with you just as well as you might just want to have sex
have
with
sex
her.
with them.
but most
But he's saying he's saying that if he really likes a girl, he'll be overthinking it more than he should because he actually likes her. The girl that he wants to just probably sleep with, he ain't thinking it hard about. He's saying, I guess for him, from his perspective.
and it's the same for y'all also. It's the same for y'all.
I don't think women overthink. I think women know immediately when they see somebody and like, yeah, I could give him some.
I've heard that.
Oh
I've
yeah,
And I
heard
think
no, but we talking about love and lust.
but being in a relationship is different. I need time. Like I'm not a one. I am not
Now you
a.
overthinking.
I'm not a no. I'm not a over. I'm not a love at first sight type of girl.
Okay,
Yeah,
we
I'm
talked
not
about
either.
that.
Girlfriends meet
I
a
never
man,
have
he'll
been.
be in love tomorrow. I'd be
We're
like,
at
oh no.
we're at the questions portion of our show.
Oh
uh
Y'all
Lord.
know time goes by very fast.
Oh God.
I got a statement from Scoot.
oh God.
He said,
Here we
Keisha,
go.
Keisha, he already said that he was happy that your lighting was together tonight. So that's what Big Bro said to you. But anyway,
Yeah,
he
because he
said,
wanted to see
Is
my
that
face.
what he had to say? That's all he had to
no,
say?
no, no, no.
Oh,
He
okay.
said most women within
Rel over there looking like a
the first
romance
15 minutes
Yeah,
gigolo.
being
Rel is
around.
looking real. Rel is looking real like chill, like yes.
Bro,
You
you
got
good.
Homie.
a red bulb in the back.
I
Bro,
got
you
my
good.
life together.
Oh,
Scoot said
okay.
he said most women within the first 15 minutes of being around a person know if they want to smash, pursue, or
I've
explore
heard that.
more on a friendly basis.
I've
15
heard
minutes
that.
ain't long enough.
Oh
It's just me and Rel.
no.
And then we got somebody else, as usual, Rel, somebody asking how old you are.
Uh-huh. So I'm 36. I done been around the block. I don't miss my
Oh.
fucking target.
He's
And
You
36.
need to
I
go
don't miss
around
my
the block a
fucking
little
target.
bit more, sir.
And if
He's
and
a
if I
so
say
trash.
so, and if I say so myself, I feel like I date very pretty women. You can go through my profile.
Who
So,
You
said
might
anything?
date.
Who said that? Who said you don't?
no, I'm just
Re-
saying. Like they asked me, like it was
They
like a
only want to know how
question.
old you was.
You know what I'm saying?
They only said how old is you.
Rel,
That's
another statement was, and I don't think this was a question directly to you,
Yeah.
but this is when you was talking. Pam came in and made a statement. I guess to what Chiquita and Lorraine was saying about women saying what they want, whether they want to just have sex with you or a relationship. I think Pam has said it's more prevalent than he thinks, Real, far as backing up what they were saying.
You know what? Like and y'all right. Y'all right. But because I make sure I hit my target 100%, there's always a slight matter of fact, a lot of times I reject a lot of women because I'm not even moving that quick because it don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying?
Let me get this thing so I can look at Rel the right way.
And the truth of the matter is I don't press as hard as other men do. Like my dudes, like they like that, but it doesn't matter to me that much. But
Oh, I,
you
Real,
know what I'm saying?
Real, I see you asking the question of my guy. He's actually, hey, K. Lou, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking, bro?
Hey, K-Lou.
Because y'all about the same. K. Lou might be a little bit
K-Lou's
older than you,
he's
bro.
in the Bay Area. That's
All right,
yeah.
he asked the Real. He trying to figure out what you mean by what target.
when you
Like
said
I
hit my
like
target.
if I want that, like there's no, like I could it's been a while since something I wanted like ain't want me. Like period. 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 Like
How old are you?
I mean,
I can't even think back to a time where
You
it's
just set
been
up.
somebody that I've seen twice in one place and I've been like, yo, she look good, and I didn't turn around and get that shit.
wow.
She came to me, either she came to me or I went and got that shit the next time. And
You had to set up.
Nice.
I didn't have to put heavy pressure on it.
Well, you got one person. You got hold up, y'all. Don't
Set up too.
Shakita, stop. And Keisha, just stop.
Chiquita,
I'm
Shakita,
sure he has the
Keisha,
explanation.
Shakita,
Oh
Keisha,
God.
and Lorraine. I need
Oh,
y'all to just. I need y'all to.
uh-oh.
Listen,
I
I'm
need
not
y'all to
saying
tone it down
nothing.
for a second. All right,
Hold
y'all.
on.
Yep,
Just
yep.
give me a
Hold
second.
on.
Okay, Kaylu and Rel is the same age actually. The only
Mm-hmm.
difference is I think Kaylu is married and Rel's not. But
Kayla is married with yes, he is.
That's
I
a
know. I'm
difference.
just
so
saying. I just
so
know.
somebody in the question said, Rel, stop kidding yourself. You may want her, but she don't want you. You're
No, it's
done.
never that. It's never that. I'm always in my target. Oh, like I'm not even lying to myself. No bullshit. No bullshit.
He sounds confident. I mean,
He
it's
said no, no.
I
And you
mean,
know what? That could be a good thing because I like confidence, but it could be a bad thing too. So let's just see where this goes. I'm interested. I'm
But
here. I want to know.
you know, like I said, y'all right because there's times where I could just probably get it like that, but it's you know that's not how I move personally. But I do know that, and I know that to be true. Like from what y'all saying.
does the audience have any more questions? Because I got Dimples up there. She's ready to get in rail. She's just observing.
Yay.
Uh,
I have
and
somebody who said she couldn't ask a question. So she texted me. I told her she can ask me and I'll ask the question. So I'm
okay,
waiting.
she couldn't ask a question.
I don't know why. She said, how come I can't ask? How come I can't comment on the live? I asked her, did she subscribe? And I said, what do you want to ask? I'll ask it. So I'm just waiting.
Well, you can ask
She
it.
might not be,
Just
she
one.
might not have subscribed. So she might have to
No,
subscribe.
1 second. All you got to do is be in the Let's Talk group and subscribe on the YouTube channel. You can ask any question you want. Just have it be respectful. But like I said, this page is the backup to the YouTube channel. I prefer everybody to subscribe to the YouTube channel because sometimes Facebook has rules, and we may be having an adult conversation that may be a little bit of cursing, and Facebook will block everything. So I want everybody to subscribe to the YouTube channel because YouTube has a little bit more leeway when it comes to what we can and can't say. However, Shakita, what's the question for the young lady?
She never responded. Oh, I'm waiting.
Okay.
Yeah, but so we was talking about love and lust, and then we talking about
Does,
So
does,
did we ever get the definitions of that down?
yeah, yeah. What's the definition between love and lust, Rail?
all right. My personal definition of love is like I feel like it's all sacrifice, like, and I feel like that's what a man is about. He's supposed to come in at home and sacrifice himself for whatever the family needs. Like I think just the greatest like physical action that you can do is sacrifice for your family. Like, yo, I gotta go to work because I gotta do like some people they work 60-hour shift, they don't have no life, all for their family. And that's okay with them. You know what I'm saying? And some people don't appreciate that and don't know like what that man's doing. You know what I'm saying? But like that's pure actions of love when he's taking that much risk for you. You know what I'm saying? And putting himself on the line for you.
Hmm.
I guess.
Interesting.
And I think that's just what
We
men
gotta.
consider to be love. I don't, I see men all the time. I know men who are friends and they were married a long time or they've been married a long time and they feel as though their definition of loving their partner is, providing and sacrificing.
Mm-hmm.
Got a
Mm-hmm.
question
And
from the gallery.
somebody like me, I feel like, sacrificing, I don't want anybody to have to sacrifice anything, especially not in an environment where I have a job too. I want my quality of life to reflect your quality of life. I don't want somebody that works so damn much that they don't have time to, like, I don't want to marry a slave. So I
That's
don't want
when
that
y'all
kind of,
work though. That's when y'all
right.
work.
I don't want that kind of man. So if you're used to being in a
Wait.
relationship with a woman where you provided and
So
sacrificed so much, what can you really give me when I say that these are
wait.
my love languages and the things that I like?
So wait, Shakita. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I wanna touch on it while I remember. So
Yeah,
Rel, so sacrificing in my situation, I'm sure that you've heard and you read about it or whatever. So in my situation, that would be considered a sacrifice, right? Because I have a disabled child
Oh,
I'm
definitely.
type 1 diabetic. That's would that be considered a sacrifice where to me when you say sacrifice, it kind of feels like
Mhm.
not something you really want to do, but it's something that you will do.
And I'm hearing you twice. I don't know why.
I don't know
Man,
why either. I don't know why that is that.
all right, it's fixed now. But
That's
Okay.
That's Keisha's connection.
no, look, if a dude does that, considering all your situations, you already know he rocking with you like a whole different way. Sacrifice don't have to be like to the death. I'm gonna jump off a bridge. Like sometimes that's stupidity. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But like, if in order to find out, like if he's talking with you like that, I think you have to see that. Like you know he's coming into your life. That's not his son. You know
Mm-hmm.
you're diabetic, so you probably be, you know what I'm saying, wigging out sometimes. um,
Yeah.
but
Wigging out is an understatement, but
he could
yes.
be he could be anywhere where else in the world and not have to deal with none of that. But why is he there with you? Like for what? Like for what?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
but how is that the if that works for her, I guess that's the definition of the like people can't he could do all of those things and that still not be enough for her. That still might not be the definition of her love. Those
Well,
things is just responsibility. That's just responsibility. When you're
that
in
was
a
my point. That was my point. Like
responsibility.
this is just scratching the surface. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
just
about
responsibility. That's
this
not
is
love.
it's that's what I'm saying. That's what I was trying to get at. Like it's just scratching the surface of how my life is what is built around my life. So
saying?
we didn't even get to me personally, the fact that I, you know, love boxing and the fact that I, love
Oh,
this and I love
okay,
that and I do this.
yeah, yeah.
So
I understand where you're going.
But a lot of
But
men think like you, Jeff. And this is why relationships don't last. And this is why that's why you feel like there's no communication because what you believe
mhm.
that you are putting into the relationship, you consider that as a love language. You are telling me that I should be happy
I
and
know where you're
content,
going.
that
Understand?
I should be happy and content with the fact that
right.
you are sacrificing. Like example, I had somebody tell me I spend all my free time with you.
Mhm.
What else do you want me to do? You understand
Okay,
what I'm
so
saying?
Wait,
so
one question, panel, one question. This is probably a question that me and Shakita could speak to.
Mhm.
I don't really know. Like I know Lorraine wasn't, and I know Keisha wasn't, who's back with us, and I don't know if you was, Rel. Shakita, me and you both been married before, so this might speak to me and you, and it
Uh,
speaks to
Never had that experience.
Ain't
no.
missing
Never. Never
nothing.
ever.
This is interesting, though, but
well,
y'all can answer it.
I had 8 years with somebody, so I
But
can.
this might speak to me and Shakita because we was both married
Different.
prior. It says, "Do we discuss loving someone versus being in love?"
Ooh, let me tell you.
Yes.
Go ahead, Shakita.
Yes.
You could talk to that, please.
So I used to always have such a difficult time with that, especially in a situation where you really really like someone. And what I find is that men feel as though love is like a commitment. They don't want to love you. They don't want to say that they love you because it's almost as if that means that you want to marry them tomorrow or you want to be with them or you're not going to let them go or they are obligated to do something so miraculous and amazing in your life and they can't get away from it. So a lot of times they don't want to touch the real love. I tell people all the time, I love everybody. I love every last one of y'all right now that's on this thing here. You understand what I'm saying? Some I have in a different type of love because I might have known them longer or have a different relationship with them. But I love anybody that's in my space or in my life. I love you, right?
I
And
love you, girl.
see what I'm saying? A certain level of respect for people. And I don't know you, but I have a newfound respect for this new person that I met named Nicole because of all of the things that she's gone through in her life. And I love her for that. You know what I mean? She's surviving. She gets up every day and she keeps living. So I love her for that. But then you have men who don't understand the difference between loving somebody and
And
being in
being
love.
in love with them.
I can be in love with a joker in a heartbeat and be talking about something. Oh, he gonna be my husband. I love him so much. And then after 2 weeks, it's like One minute I was on to something, the next minute it was nothing. So sometimes being in love is not a big deal, but loving people, I don't think it's a big deal either. I don't think it's a commitment issue. But then when you're in a relationship with somebody, being in love, those butterflies, those feelings, I think that's infatuation. You know what I mean? When
Mm,
you have those butterflies and you want to be with them every single day and you're telling each other you love each other. I don't think love has anything to do with that because I can have butterflies with somebody that I met just the other day, and 2 weeks from now I'll be like, oh well, it was over, and the butterflies will be gone. Being in love when you're in a relationship definitely is all of that romance, it's all of the fun things. I think that's why you need to plan things and have things to look forward to so you can have that in love feeling. It comes and it goes. You can be married. Jeff said he was in a relationship 8 years. You could be in a relationship with somebody 8 years and you love them the whole time, but that in love might not come around but every once in a while. You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
It's that butterfly feeling, like when you can't wait to get home to her. You know what I mean? She been cooking your favorite meal every damn weekend, and you like the weekend's about to be lit up in this mother. Those in love feelings, and people don't understand it. And I think it's overrated. Like I've had somebody tell me they don't love me. You know what I mean? Like I like you and I like a lot of good things about you and you have great qualities, but I don't love you. And I respect that shit wholeheartedly. Like, you know what I mean? Because I've always said I don't want somebody who is in love with me. I want respect and I want to be liked.
Right.
Because when that love is gone and it ain't there no more, I need you to like me enough to still
Yes.
want to spend time with
And
me.
I'll piggyback off of that, Chiquita. My grandmother she always says, and she's 87 now, but she says, like, you have to make sure when you find a partner and when you find somebody that you want to potentially spend your life with, that it does matter if you love them as a
Yeah.
person.
Mm-hmm.
However, you have to like them. You have to like being in their presence.
That's
You
right.
have to like the person that they are. You have to like being around them every day. Because if you
Mm-hmm.
don't like being around somebody every day because they're an asshole, they're
Mm.
racist, they're a
I mean,
feminist, they're not a feminist
yeah.
and all this, you have to really like their character
Mm-hmm.
aside from what you want to do with them, intimately or whatever. And I agree. I'm a believer. I'm a firm believer of, listen, I love everybody on this earth. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just
Some
what we are. That's what you do. It's simple. Being in love with somebody, yeah, that's a whole different story. But to like somebody and to like their presence, and you can like being in the next room in the same room with them or whatever. I totally feel that because it makes a whole difference. You know what I'm saying? And
they had me in love with you. A
and,
real
and, and you
good
know what? And
thing.
back
Love.
in the day, that's what they thought about. They thought
Yeah.
about like
What's
they
going on?
thought about. Listen, I don't like everything that you do. I don't. However, are you a good provider? Do I like you? Can we have a great conversation? Do I know if I'm gonna be sick? Are you gonna have my back? Are you gonna
That's
take care
love.
of the children?
Right.
Are you gonna make sure that my legacy lives on or whatever? You know what I'm saying? So I don't mean to, sound like, I don't mean to sound away, but at the end of the day, it's like you have to make sure that you actually like being in the same presence
I,
of a person first.
I gotta
And then
hold on one
I want to,
second.
I just want to say something about, like I said before, what Rel was saying, like, it's not about your experience. And I was on your page, and yes, I was checking you out because you are very controversial. So I'm just going to say that, and we're going to get that shit out the way. However, it isn't really about, your experience at that moment. It's about your legacy and what you're going to leave people to know, and your stability. And I totally agree with that now because I am in the position where I'm raising a disabled child, and I may not have the best job. I'm I'm being honest. I'm being so honest right now. I may not have the best job. Yes, I'm still in college trying to get my BA in sociology. However, I am the best person for him. And I want to make sure that I have somebody that has my back to know that, no, I'm not out here like, oh, I just want somebody that can take care of me. That's not what it is. I'm trying, but due to
Chiquita,
my circumstances, everything comes at a cost. And due to my circumstances, I can't really be that person where I may be financially, you know, able to contribute. However, listen, I got a heart of gold. And if I am raising a disabled child, then you should already know, hands down, that there's no comparison to maybe the person, the woman on Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? So I really feel like overall, you want you want people to look at you a certain way. You do.
You can't.
I got. Hold on, Ralph.
Go
Hold on.
ahead.
I got
You want people.
I got a nice statement up here for y'all.
Mhm.
And
Okay. Go ahead.
this
No,
statement is funny because this is something Keisha would have said to me.
okay, I'm listening.
It says, I saw an interview with India Irie, and she said she would get married once she finds someone she wants to be around all the time, and I felt that.
You're probably annoying.
Who's annoying? I'm not annoying, bro.
Wait.
I just
Go
said
ahead.
that's a statement that Keisha would say
Yeah.
because I know how Keisha is. Like
Keisha
she can't be
is
around.
difficult.
But you can love somebody, right, and not want to be around them all the time. That
Oh
in
God.
love feeling keeps you wanting to be around somebody all of the time. And I think the people
Yeah.
confuse it too. They think that they have to have that in love feeling 24/7 the entire time they're
You
with you.
don't, because I'm not gonna have it. I'll be honest, I'm not gonna have that. I'm not.
And they think that they have to have that constantly in order for them to love you.
It's,
And they
you know,
think that if I don't have that feeling, I don't love you, and I can't be with you. Some people need all of that. People tell me all the time, you'll find somebody that's gonna give you butterflies. I swear to God, I'm not.
No. And I second that. I'm not gonna find the butterflies. I'm okay with not finding the butterflies. Like that shit is.
A good thing.
so let me say
You know what gives me butterflies? Like listen, I got a sitter, and just have your ass ready. Don't worry about how I contacted the sitter. Don't worry about all that. Just be ready. That's gonna give me butterflies.
Planning trips give me butterflies.
Yeah.
like for me, I don't
Did
know.
you say a
This
trip
is how
is
I feel.
butterflies?
This is how I
Planning
feel.
trips.
Like
Planning
thought
dates.
that's
it
what
is
you
somewhere
said.
between infatuation and toleration. You know what I mean?
What?
I feel like love is somewhere between infatuation and toleration. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere in the middle of that.
Okay.
You ain't always
Being in love.
I guess you could say being,
So being
I
in
can
love. is that.
perpetually. Yeah.
Okay.
Perpetually.
Wait. He in love?
wait. He might be on to a
No,
little something.
I'm just
I
saying,
need
like,
to hear
that's
more.
what
I
it
need
is.
to hear more.
So then, what's love?
Love is just like I think that's profound, like respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, Jeff. You ain't said nothing good in weeks.
Shut up. But nah, it's
That was good.
profound respect. You know what I'm saying? But in love is somewhere between infatuation and
Yes,
toleration.
Somebody in y'all audience said they want butterflies.
I don't.
She gonna get dumped.
You
She
get
Listen,
gonna get
I don't need the butterflies. That's the thing. I'm a realist.
Let me tell
I'm
you
a realist. I don't need butterflies. I need longevity. I need to know. It's not about right now, but oh well, damn. If, 10 years from now, yes. I don't need butterflies now. Like I'm over that shit. I'm about to be 40 years old. I don't need the butterflies. I need
I got
more.
butterflies after dating somebody. We dated for 3 months, 2.5 months. I planned the date. We went on this great date. We were out all day long. It was the best day ever. I got butterflies. And
Okay.
Did you? That's a good thing.
No. Well, wait. She got a story. It's a story behind this. So I'm waiting for that. Go ahead.
Those butterflies made me know that this is somebody that I would be interested in being in a relationship with. Because
great.
Whatever those, when I get butterflies for a man instantly, it's because I know he ain't no good, and I know I got good 2 weeks.
Oh Lord, wait, I was having confidence. What you talking?
I know.
I be like, his last name, everything I be knowing. I got 2 good weeks, and he about to be a rat. If I get them butterflies, the minute I meet him and we talking, and I be excited, I got a good 2 weeks.
And I don't think I disagree with that. I don't think I disagree with that.
For everybody in the chat, we're gonna wrap the show up soon. I actually got another show to do at 9:30 on it's a sports show. So if anybody would like to
You
join,
ain't playing
they
with
can
him.
join.
Thing.
I'm tired. I was drinking this daggone smoothie and this water, but for the next show, I'm gonna need some coffee. So that's why I need some coffee bad. But
Need some Henny.
anybody in the chat that has a question, we can wrap up real quick. I mean, a lot of times people don't know us, but we've been on the air for a minute and an hour and 35 minutes.
Because we talk too much.
Keisha dropped.
Because you talk too much.
And then Jeff came with his mess.
We got a statement by Hassan. Hassan was offered to come on, but he's at work. So
Hassan's terrible.
Know that Hassan has the extension. Let me finish. I've extended invitation for Hassan to come on the show whenever he's available, and hopefully he'll be able to come on the show tomorrow when we discuss manhood.
That's what he needs
So
to be able.
I ask all the women in the audience, please tell your men to watch tomorrow's show. Hassan said, lots of complexities being discussed. Appreciate the honesty and personal testimonies. So, like someone just said after Hassan, they said, what's the takeaways from all of this love, lust? Does chivalry still exist? Valentine's Day. What's the takeaways we gonna get from this? Rel, you could go first.
The takeaway is complex because I still think that men and women have two different ways to give love. Like I said, I think it's a lot of sacrifice because men like to provide, and men like to build, and men like to be men. You know what I'm saying? You'll probably hear that tomorrow too.
But men.
And it's very sometimes it's hard to understand y'all because we think what we do is like enough, and it's almost like a language barrier. So it's very hard. But
my God, it's no language barrier.
Yeah, it's very much.
Especially men don't like to provide.
Keisha, we wrapping the show up, baby girl. Okay. You had one off for a second. So Jeff is giving us our takeaways from the show. You're gonna have time,
lying.
Okay?
But my main takeaway is that if you're in love, it's probably somewhere between infatuation and toleration because you're able to stay for the long distance, and I don't know. That's how I felt. You know what I'm saying? You kind of switch. Sometimes you just tolerating. Sometimes it's like, oh, all right, you all right, motherfucker. I mess with you. Excuse me for cursing.
All right, listen. Before the next person go, I want to read something that Hassan put, and I agree with this 110%. He said, "Ladies, y'all stay moving. Y'all stay moving the bar up in here. LOL." So we appreciate y'all, and this is why y'all is on the panel. Hey, Lawrence, I hope you could tune in tomorrow when we do the manhood thing, because I see you put men do what we need to do. Some of the sisters will differ with what we need to do. But anyway, Keisha, you can go. What is the takeaway from our show tonight, Keisha?
I mean, I think that people just need to be honest and ask for what they want.
Keisha, I want what you have.
All I'm gonna say, y'all, is we will have more adult shows at a later time. Because y'all that know Keisha know that she's halfway through.
Ask for what you want. If you whatever it is you want, to just ask for it.
All right. Lorraine?
Stop! Don't do that. I'm laughing at fucking Keisha's ass. I think what I will take away from the conversation is pretty much that men and women still have work to do. And men and women still have work to do meaning understanding each other and their viewpoints and our viewpoints. And I'm not opposed to that. I think that it's necessary, obviously, to move forward. So I'll just take away from the fact that we still have some work to do as to understanding each other. And as a bonus, I think, when you're in a same-sex relationship, yes, I'm still putting it out there that you still need to understand each other. And communication is key. And that's what I'm going to leave with.
Chiquita.
You need to celebrate Valentine's Day. Even if you don't.
I love it. I love it.
You need to buy a card. You need to do something. And I'm saying that because if you don't do anything else, and I'm not playing, I ain't talking about, oh, let's go get something to eat. That's not taking her on a date. That's making a suggestion and everybody eat it. I'm talking about find time, sometime throughout the year to do something nice. And if you don't literally take the time out of your year or your month to find a way to do something special, just use Valentine's Day as that
As
reason.
the reason. Yeah, I agree.
Because
I
what's
agree.
happening is they're watching how you really just moving about, waking up every day. It's the same routine, the same shit all the time. You stop asking her out on dates. Y'all don't spend really any time together. Just going to Costco and just hanging out. You have to find the time to do something nice. And if you don't do it throughout the year, you need to do it on Valentine's Day. Okay, that's one. Yes, there's a huge difference between loving somebody and being in love. Because when you love someone, you don't have to be with them. You can respect them. You can love them from afar. You can have a mutual understanding that I care about you, but I don't care enough about you. I don't love you enough to want to be in this relationship. So, and when you are in a relationship or not, you can be in love with somebody. That I think being in love is infatuation, and it comes and it goes. You might want it early on in a relationship, but sometimes you need time to get to know a person to have those butterfly feelings and to have all of those things. Like, how are you having butterflies with somebody that you never really had a real experience with? You just sitting across the table from and having
Because those butterflies do go away. They
so
diminish. They go away.
Right. So how does somebody you meet, in the first few weeks that really isn't doing much other than talking, giving you butterflies? You need some experiences. So if you are a man and you're listening and you want this woman to like you and fall in love with you, you need to have experiences. You need to plan good dates. And those experiences and those memorable times give you those butterfly feelings.
Okay. Listen, my take. Listen, my take before we close out the show. Y'all stay on so we can talk behind the scenes. But my take is treat people well. Treat your friends well. Treat men, and I'm speaking for men. I can't speak for women. Men, treat all the women in your life well. Whether that's just a friend, y'all grew up together, y'all homies. Treat her well. Let her know that she can count on you as a man.
Until you get a girlfriend.
Because literally that is part of love and showing compassion too. If you're in a relationship, marriage, or whatever, give her everything she wants or everything you could give her.
Say that again. Go say it again.
And I know it might sound like y'all guys
put that on repeat?
Y'all guys be saying this sucker stuff, but at the end of the day, man, if you give her whatever you could provide for her, she'll give you double in return.
Say it again.
But like I said, but like I said, make sure, like, even if it's your female friends, your cousins, your aunts.
Yes, take care of all.
It doesn't necessarily have to be your partner, your significant other. It could be any woman in your life.
Absolutely.
Exactly, because trust me, you'll find out that some women are more loyal than some of these dudes running around here. But that's the end of the show. Glad everybody could join us. Listen, like I said, always spread the love. Tell everybody subscribe, like, comment, spread the page. We trying to start something. As I see Brad in the comment, we trying to start something big. So we trying to do something serious. So let's keep the love going and keep the positive conversation going so we all can grow.
All right. Good night, guys.
All right.
Good night.